Hello everyone, welcome to this week's live Q&A, last one for 2025. Let me just make sure this is working. Okay, so on YouTube right now. Oh yeah, perfect. Live stream is there. And I'm just quickly going to add it to the community. All right, so today I want to start with a quick training recap of how to upgrade your Skool members from free to paid. Really quick rundown. So I quickly want to give this here. So I covered this in our last live stream, but it was maybe a little bit all over the place. So I wanted to give you a super quick rundown of exactly how I upgrade free Skool community members to paid community members. And there is two ways in which this can happen. Either we have a freemium community where we charge in the community. As an example, I want to show you the latest community that I created here. AI basically for coaches and creators, for online educators. And in here you can see I have my first monthly recurring revenue for this freemium community, and here is the structure. So the standard is free, then I have a premium. This is just a pre-sale, so founding members price, unlock all future courses in here, and then I have the VIP, which is one monthly 90-minute one-to-one session with me and access to everything in premium, and they have to book a discovery call before they buy. So people can see this here on the plans page. Now what's really important for you is to understand what people see when they join your community, and it will be different when you have a freemium community like this versus when you have a free community that leads into a paid community versus when you have a paid community. So your settings here under the pricing, they determine what your user flow will be. Oh, hello everyone. Hi Pamela. Hi Ben, how's it going? Yes, I do record the local files for the YouTube video as well. Thank you so much. I also hope you had a lovely Christmas. I will post the doc right now in Grow with Evelyn as well. I'll just add it into the post. Upgrade, Skool upgrade checklist. I'm still a little bit sick. It's been crazy. It's been going on for a while. So when you now refresh that post here in the Skool, you'll have it. Okay, so again, we need to understand what type of model are we running here. If I run a freemium model, it will be a different user flow versus when I run a free model versus when I run a subscription or tiered model. One time I leave out for now because there's no upgrade path here. Okay, so let's start with the freemium that I just showed you. The user flow will look something like this. So let me just open up an incognito tab so you can see when somebody that has not joined Skool before, what do they see, right? So here you can see I've set my freemium community to public so they can see all the posts and all the content in the classroom. And I'm doing this intentionally so it also gets indexed in search, and I create the least friction possible for people to go ahead and join. When people join the community, they're prompted to sign up for Skool if they haven't yet. And I'm just gonna do this now, plus 1, 2, 3 as an example, and I'm gonna give a random password, maybe just the email address here. No, I shouldn't tell you what it is. Okay, now I sign up. Now it sent me a verification code, and let me just quickly check this here on my phone. So I just want you to see the user journey as well. This is why we're doing this. So now Skool sent me a code to verify. Skool, this is what you sent me. There you go. Okay, now I'm asking people for their email address because I want to have them, and then I would just add it here and join the group, right? So here immediately you can see we have a few steps. Now it asks me to also upload a picture. Do I have any recent picture of me? Okay, there you go. So you can see there's already a lot of steps for the user to go through. Just a test. Now I'm in. Now you see, still I don't see anywhere to buy anything, and people are like confused, like why they have so low conversion rate. It's like I have not seen something to buy, right? And now I'm here. Now I can see, oh, I can unlock this VIP or buy this one-to-one coaching session, but that's basically all I see. In this flow here, I never see that I have paid plans, right? Which is this here. So we have to design the flow for the user, right? So this is what it looks in the freemium community. Now let's go to a free community. So, because I also have a free community, and in the freemium community, you just make the money in the community. In the freemium community, you make the money in the community. In the free community, very often you lead people to another paid community or a separate offer. Now here the flow looks like this. Now I want to join this group, right? So I see this here now. Here you see again the principle that I work with the public group, so people can see all of the content before joining. Now let's join this group. And now I'm in here, right? Again, I do not see any upgrade offers, anything. Now, here you also see I don't have any chats or anything coming through just yet. And when I now join a paid community, so for example, Grow with Evelyn, here I can say start free trial because I've set up the trial for this. Now that's the only time I'm actually seeing the tiers page, right? And here I actually put the 7-day free trial in here explicitly as well, again, because a lot of people did not understand that they get the free trial, right? And now I can go here and then I'd be allowed to join. So this is the only time people actually automatically see this plans page. So when you have a freemium community and you set up your tiers in there, right? Or you have the free community leading into the paid, you explicitly need to send people to this page. Otherwise, they don't even know you have something to offer, and they also don't necessarily see it, right? So here I have joined this community. Well, now I only see I can buy her coffee, but I don't see anything about the paid community either. Now, how do people now get that information for the paid community? Here you can see now, oh, Evelyn sent a message. Hey, Evelyn, welcome to AI for Coaches Course Creators. Step 1, check out the pinned post. Step 2, message me if you'd like to get a free discovery call to see whether VIP is a good fit for you. And then I link to this page in here, right? So I prompt them to check the pinned post. Unfortunately, we have a limited length. And I prompt them to check the plans, right? So now going back to here, I will now go and check the pinned post, welcome founding members. And actually in here, I made a mistake because this pinned post always should be on top so people know where to find it. Right, and then we have that pinned post here that says, hey, welcome founding members. So glad you're here. This space is for, you know who. I'm building this right now. This is the founding members opportunity, again, leading to the plans page, right? And then this is a breakdown of the plans. Book a free discovery call if you're not sure if VIP is the right fit for you. Introduce yourself below, right? And then I have a video a welcome video that basically walks them through what they need to do in here. Okay, so what you need to do in your community, and then so when you have a freemium community, the first mistake that most people make is, and you didn't see this because I already had it turned off, is that when they request to join a community, they're typically left in pending. So I want to show you this again. What happened when I joined the community was I was immediately approved, right? I saw the content before, and after that I also was immediately approved. What most people do wrong is, and now I'm just gonna like try to find a random free community here. Let's join the group. I would love to learn to sing. It's actually true. Boom. Okay, she auto-approved me. Perfect. We'll see if she has the welcome message set up. Probably communities that rank up really high get this right. So maybe I'm going a little bit back. Photography school. Learn how to take pictures. Beginner. Never made anything. Membership request pending, right? So this is where a lot of people lose a lot of leads and potential customers because now it's pending and now I'm like, okay, I go off and I do something else and the chances that I never return are pretty high. So first step is don't kill their excitement. Make sure from a user flow, which I just showed you, that you immediately instantly approve them. And you can turn this on here under plugins. And here you have the instant approval, right? So unfortunately, this is only for pro communities, but because of the excitement and the lead flow, I think this 100% is worth it to turn it on. Now, what can happen though is that you will get a spam issue, right? So people will join your community and start to spam. But this is why you have to be on top of your community. What you can do to help it as well is to also say unlock chat at level and put it at minimum level 3, right? But definitely, if you work with the free community, freemium community, turn on the auto approval. And then also what you need to turn on as a next step, so that's the first thing, is to send this auto DM when they join, right? So I just showed you this. Now here I already got an auto DM here. They have also set it up like this, right? So they also have the auto DM set up here. It's interesting that I have not gotten the auto DM from my community here. So I quickly need to check why I did not get it instantly. So there's a slight delay. It seems in when they're getting it as well. Usually they should get it within the first 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so next step is to set up that auto DM. You can do this here in the settings, plugins, and then we have the auto DM new members, and you want to turn this on. So that's the next step, and then you only have 300 characters. So you want to insert, hey, check out the pinned post, and then message me if you'd like to jump on a discovery call. Is the message here. In the community that leads to my paid community, to grow with Evelyn, my message is a little bit different. It's just, hey, explore the classroom with all my free trainings. If you're ready to grow faster, join my traffic challenge. All the info is free in the 7-day trial, right? So this is how I'm upgrading from there. Okay, now what you want to also do next is record a short welcome video. You can see that I have the short welcome video here, 2 minutes, that explains how the space works. And maybe I should show this. Yeah, you do get a lot of spam in the group, but you have to just monitor the group carefully, right? You just have to be, and you have to be on Skool any day anyways. And especially if you are in the beginning where you really need the leads and the upgrades, you just have to monitor it, right? And the upside of having the customer versus the downside of having to monitor, I take the downside any day over the members waiting for the approval, because this is where you lose so much momentum, right? You really kill it. And you want to be in your community and on top of things that happen anyways, also because of the next thing I'm going to share with you. But before that, a quick welcome video. Here you can see what this roughly looks like. I'm going to show you the transcript of this. Oh, this is a thing, like once you have embedded things in a post, you cannot click back to the Loom. I can search here with the name to show you the transcript of it, to give you an idea for the text you want to say. So you want to keep it really short. I made the mistake that I had it too long. So here you can see, hey, welcome, this is the free training hub, exactly what it says. It's not necessarily a community, it's more a hub for all my free trainings about growing Skool. And so if you want to get further, then join my traffic challenge. This is part of my paid community. You can get there with the 7-day free trial where you get all of the knowledge and info. You can watch everything, do that right away, and you can also have access with the standard tiers to create your own Skool course, etc. Right? So I would just really quickly walk them through, like, hey, welcome, this is the space, this is the intention, here's how you get the value from the space. I also have this offer, you can check it out risk-free. There's the 7-day free trial. I give away everything you need to know in the 7-day free trial. You can just click the link and join us there if you want to grow faster, right? So if you want result faster, or if you want transformation deeper, if you want to have more access, then this is the right space for you. So you want to create a short video like that next, and then make it part of the pinned welcome post. I already walked you through the welcome post. Here one more time, this is the structure. You give them the steps. Step 1, right, is explore the classroom. Step 2 is grow faster with the free trial. Here's what this looks like. Step 4, jump into this community and say hi. So this is always the flow for the welcome post. Now, for people to upgrade, there needs to be a gap. But before I address this, I want to talk about the downside. You know, when you have the auto approval, you also get some scammers in the community or spammers. But it's still worth it. So when you are in those early stages with a community where you have to get it off the ground, right? Like for example, here, I just had to get this community off the ground quickly. For me, it's still better to turn on the auto approval. So far, I actually didn't even have spammers in here. And then when somebody joins and they get the auto DM, which I can see in when I have all of my messages, I can see, you know, what is being sent. And then I can follow up with a personalized message and record a quick Loom and say, hey, Evelyn, this is an auto DM from Skool. Now this is really me. I just wanted to send you this quick video and welcome you, get to know you, and show you a little bit around. So you can follow up when you are more online in the beginning, when you're trying to grow your Skool and your monthly recurring revenue aggressively. You want to see whenever someone is joining anyways. Then you can vet them, and you can also send them that personalized follow-up message to connect with them and massively increase your likelihoods of them actually upgrading and taking the action. I'm at a point in my business where I have so many customers and leads coming in every single day that I can't handle doing that anymore. But the impact of it is incredible, and I'm thinking about ways to make it more efficiently. With Loom, what you can do right now as well is you can, for example, just personalize the beginning. So if you have Loom Pro, you can record a video that's true for everyone, and you can just put in front of that video, you know, hi, Evelyn, I just wanted to personally reach out. Again, this was an auto DM from Skool, but I wanted to greet you and welcome you to the space and let you know if you have any questions, just reach out to me. Crop that and then attach the video where you give them the general walkthrough, right? So for example, here I can just go on edit and I can record a quick personalized 20-second just greeting the person after I've checked out what they do, and then add to that video just the general, here's how it works, here's how you can upgrade, etc., by just adding a clip in Loom and then always adding the same clip again for the person. So that personalized follow-up, that again, when you have the auto approval, you want to be on your toes about who joins anyways, is also good because it's the signal for you to reach out and follow up with the person to spark that connection and massively increase the likelihood of them upgrading. Step 5 is we need to create a clear gap between free and paid. So free should be valuable, but paid needs to clearly have an advantage, right? So if I am a paid user, I want to feel like a VIP. And here's how I like to think about differentiating them. So this is my free Skool community hub. I very explicitly position it as a resource hub where all my free trainings and resources are collected, right? But I do not add a lot of community, right? So this is just a collection of all my free resources. I will drop a tool here or there. I will drop a value post here or there. I will update, when I got interviewed, etc. But other than that, I do not offer support in that community massively, etc., because I do not want to cannibalize what I have going on in Grow with Evelyn. And Grow with Evelyn, on the other hand, the entry point offer, as you can see here, is the traffic challenge. Then for the $99 per month, you get everything. So this is the value anchor here. People see this and they're like, oh, I really want to have this. If they can not afford it, they'll be like, okay, I'm better off doing the monthly here. If they can afford it, but they're just like a little bit on the fence, I give them this VIP offer, which is basically the annual version of the really valuable value anchor offer, but 50% discount with lifetime access to 3 of the premium courses, right? So for people that are not in a cash flow constraint, for them, this is the very best deal. For people that are in a cash flow constraint, for them, this is the very best deal because they at least get what they desperately wanted out of it and also what's advertised. But this is basically the value anchor that then kind of divides people into these two areas. And this has been working really well for me. So just so I'm giving you the actual numbers for the divide, like between those three, when I look into my traffic challenge numbers, this has been the signups for this month so far. So we had a total of 177 signups. 130 of those have been, so 73% have been for the lowest tier, and then the 33 divided by 18% have been for the premium tier, and then we have the VIP tier, 7.9%. So usually I have it around 10%. So this is a little bit lower right now. I typically have 10, 20, 70. So there's a slight skew, but I'm still very happy with how this is flowing. And it gives me an average revenue per user of $46 and custom lifetime value per member of $728. So really, really happy with how this distribution is going, right? So now when you also see the difference between the free and the paid, now I think I also joined Grow with Evelyn. Oh, I need to enter my credit card here. I should probably not show you this, but I can show you what Grow with Evelyn looks like when it's locked. So let me just go in here and view it as a member. So you can come here and you can say view as a member, and then you can see somebody who joins on the standard tier for me. They go in, they see the traffic challenge with the first 7 days and all of the behind the scenes and all of the wins and the resources. They see the course for creating your own Skool challenge with all of the templates. And they have these Skool branding templates kit in here and the community. And then you can see all of the other things, including the ability to get my personalized feedback on the Q&A. We have it in the premium tier, right? So you can see there's a clear difference in the value that people are getting. Now in the freemium community, where everything is in this one community, when we look at this, people just get AI training content library, tools, prompt, cheat sheet, and the community. Here, like I said, because I'm just building it out, I just have put it as a founding member. And then here, the VIP, the access to me is how I differentiate, right? So you can differentiate through the depth and richness and variety of content, right? Through the quality of the community itself and through access to you. I think those are the most helpful dimensions to think in, right? So clearly differentiate between the free and the paid. So now to kind of recap, they click to join, they get the auto approval instantly, they land inside your community, they get the auto DM to their inbox where you follow up within a short period of time, the first 24 hours, absolutely. If it's with you, within the first 1 or 2 hours, even better. Then they look around in your community, they watch your welcome video, and they read your welcome post from where they are guided again to the upgrade pathways and where they understand how it works. Then they explore around, they go into your classrooms and they see what's locked, right? So for example here, they explore in the classroom and they see what's locked. In Grow with Evelyn, I also have the calls locked. So when you put a calendar on a call, let me show you this here. For example, here on the live Q&A. Oh, this should not be a members call. This should actually lead to the YouTube video. Anyway, let me go to the calendar. View as a member. Here you see unlock with premium, right? So you can also lock your calls and lock your classrooms like I just showed before. And then when people click here, they can say unlock with premium. Okay, and then they upgrade and then you get paid. Okay, this has been working extremely well for me. This community, you can see when I started it. I started this community, let me put this up again, 15 days ago, and we have the upgrade path, right? So obviously there's a little bit of warm audience from me as well that has either been in the AI certification or also discovered it so far, because so far this has only been Skool organic traffic, what you can see here. But you can see you have to design the upgrade path for it to work. Okay, so this is your checklist. Now, what do you track? How do you optimize this? You want to track how many members are joining every day, every week. Is your free offer attracting enough people? And with free offer, remember we have the freemium community, we have the free community leading into a paid community, and we have the paid community leading with a free trial, right? So these are all free offers that can upgrade. Is your free offer attracting enough members? You want to track on a daily basis, right? And how much did you spend? So you need to know your numbers here. Then we want to say how many follow-ups did you send after the auto DM? How many people did you personally reach out to and follow up with a Loom to connect with them and help them to find their way to upgrade, right? We never want to pressure. We just want to be there and of service and clarify. What's the response rate to the DMs? A lot of people will actually reply thank you to the auto DM or reply to your personalized video. Ideally, when you do the video and you reach out in a follow-up to them, you want to say, why did you join? What can I help you with? What are you looking for, right? What are you looking for? What can I help you with? So really try to get a conversation going and try to understand what they need. This can also inform your offer development as well. Then we of course want to track how many people have viewed your welcome video, right? So if you're in Loom, you can see how many people have viewed the video since you published it. So this was 20 days ago and 218 people have viewed this video so far. So that's something you can track and optimize for. Then obviously the free to paid conversion. How many days do people take on average to upgrade? And then if you have a trial, how many members convert from the free trial to paid? And then this is something you can see in Skool, in your analytics as well. Am I in the right? There you go. So you can see your trial conversion rates in here. But I also like to calculate them manually on the day-to-day basis, right? So if I now see I had, so in this month I didn't do it so far, but you can see in the last challenge I did track every single day after 7 days how many people did actually convert to the trial based on this. So this is the actual trial conversion rate, and it actually was higher than what was in Skool. So I'm not 100% sure where that discrepancy is coming from, but it's good for you to keep an eye so you can calculate your actual numbers. Okay? And then last but not least, how do we also upgrade them? We always want to have promos, right? So what you can think of is when you now start to work with people because they upgraded, you want to highlight success stories from them and make the invitation to join the community. That's just a post that you send with the email function to all of the members, right? So when you make a post in Skool, you write like, celebrating X. Hey, this member did this, and please celebrate with me. Here are the steps she took to get that outcome, right? Are you ready to join the traffic challenge and see for yourself? Click this link and sign up with the 7-day free trial. Boom, you send it as an email to all members. You can do this every 72 hours. I recommend to promote into the paid tiers or offers once a week with this. So you can celebrate and spotlight a member. You can do a free training in your community where you then go deeper with the paid members, help them implement. So an example would be, I'm right now doing this as a live stream. I can have this as a free training because we're actually going to cut this up in a YouTube video and share this in the free community. And then I can say, hey, if you want me to review your tiers, your upgrade path, come and grow with Evelyn. On this day, I'm doing, X amount of tier reviews, for example, right? So you can offer the free training in the free tier and the standard tier, and then you can sell the implementation. Another option is to do a limited time offer or bonus. So for example, I had my, if I look for the posts of mine here, you can see, for example, I had a Black Friday offer leading in to the community. Or you can also see I introduced this branding pack as a limited time bonus. Now the cool thing is we can double dip into this because right now I still have that running, but I'm just working on my next offer, which is a challenge, and after that I will close this out, right? So I will give a countdown, 7 days left. If you join now, you also get the branding pack in the standard tier. After that, it goes to the premium tier. And then I can toggle this in and out, right? So I can even do maybe every 6 weeks for 5 days, I do a promo and say, hey, everybody who joins within the next 5 days also unlocks this brand kit, which usually just is in the premium tier, right? If you build out resources, you have these options to play with limited time offers. And then you can also do behind the scenes of the paid content, right? So you can do, I can do a walkthrough and I can say, for example, if you're joining now, you also get this course and record myself. Again, this is a form of limited time offer. And then ideally, if you want to grow fast, your cadence should be monthly in the beginning. Once a month, you create a new offer within your community that you can then promote as the new offer, right? Because with an always open membership model like we have it on Skool, we do need to have these new offers, limited time offers, offers that are closing out that we can play around with to get people to take action now. Because otherwise there's no reason to take action now, right? I can always take action when it's more convenient. Okay, so this is the full training on how to upgrade members. Now let me just go quickly back and check in with all of your questions that you probably have about this. Okay, so last one that I saw was about the spammers. That makes sense. Yeah, if you start, you need leads, so you gotta monitor closely. That's what Why unlock chat at level 3? Yes, you have to be like, that the Skool is front loaded in the beginning, like starting the party, right? You have to be the host, you have to do the talking, you have to be the party promoter, getting the people in. But once it starts, it's like almost more volume that you can handle. So yes, it can feel uncomfortable to personally reach out and feel like you're selling, although you don't have to sell. Just go from a mindset of, there's a new person in my world. I'm excited to greet them, and I'm like, can I give you something? You want a drink? So just, it doesn't have to be awkward unless you make it so. But then eventually you'll get so much momentum from more leverage tasks like the offer creation and promotion that you don't even have the capacity to reach out anymore, right? So there's an advantage to every position. In the beginning, you have that advantage of you have the time to reach out, which is why you get more upgrades. And then later on, it's like you don't even have the time to reach out anymore, but you now have those leveraged offers. And you also have the perception of being more busy, which is the fact, which is also is, right? And then it kind of creates attraction just by you being less available because you are in such demand. So every position has advantages. Um, so freemium, send auto message with link to classroom and another one to plans. Yes, so you want to send them to the classroom or to a place where they can get value, and the other link is to the plans. You got this right. How long do you suggest the video should be? Excellent question. Try to keep it to 2, maximum 3 minutes. Longer, people actually don't watch it. There are pros and cons. I had turned on the auto approve for a few months and I got so many spammers that even members of my free group were complaining about it. Now, here's the thing that what you can do is you can enroll members in the vision, in the mission as well of keeping the community safe, right? So what you can say is share the vision of, look guys, here's where I want to take the community for us. I would love to have more members because more members would allow me to do cooler projects, get more insights, we'll have more engagement, we'll all have more fun. To do that, I have to turn on the auto approval. On the other hand, unfortunately, that can also sometimes lead to people slipping through that, might not be the best fit for the place. So you could massively help me. If you see anything in the community that does not meet our standards, please report them and I take care of them immediately, right? So just be transparent with your members and enroll them in the mission and the vision for your community. And you'll see, like in the free training hub, members report people all the time, right? And I'm personally reaching out to somebody who reported and be like, hey, thank you so much, right? And that even led to now people messaging me and be like, this person joined, but it looks a little bit sus. Can you check it? And I'm like, whoop, thank you so much. I'm on it, right? So it's actually a nice way to give your other community members a sense of ownership over the community, right? So help me gate this, help me protect this, help me make this a safe space. Okay, so it can be very annoying, just like Evelyn said, best to keep a close eye. You do the what in free and how to do in paid, right? Yes, I explained the difference. What for free, how for... So I don't... My philosophy is I just document what I learn and where I want to go in real time as fast as I can, right? So I want to translate my learnings back into actionable insights for the market as quickly as possible because I've always been rewarded for that. And because I do that, it creates a natural upgrade environment because people will ask me, just like you guys do, right? So I have now nailed the free to paid conversion path for myself. And I'm translating that back to you guys. This is live streamed to YouTube. We're going to chop that up into a YouTube video later. And it does not take away from my paid community. In fact, it just creates more demand to learn more closely from me, and it creates more questions from you guys, right? So I have now all of these questions coming in here on the sidebar, and it's really, really beautiful because it creates more demand for my productized experience, if that makes sense. So I don't necessarily think in that like I teach them what to do but not how to do it, because I also don't want to gatekeep. If you're watching this for free and you never buy anything from me, I love that for you. It's okay for me because, for every person who does that, there's 2 or 3 people who eventually end up in my world and become a member and a customer and, you know, an acquaintance, friend, peer, like over the years. So it's completely fine for me that there are just audience members that are also passing by. As long as the overall skew is right, that there are enough people that want to go deeper with me and are in my world, I'm always doing the right thing. And so this is how I just like to see it. I just more focus on bringing value back to market and then offering different capacities to be in my world, different access points to me. That's how I like to think about it. So I don't have to be, you know, I don't have to be like greedy with my content. I can just share what I know and help people, and they receive it and give back on whichever level they are at with whichever capacity they have right now. And I found that this is kind of the most genuine, most helpful way for them and for me to solve this. Okay, so thank you. I'm at a point, I have over 6.4k members in my free community and I have trouble keeping up with messages, yet I would still like more conversions to my paid group. So that's really a good problem to have and a good spot to be in. What you want to do is you want to kind of keep track of the free messages and free conversations that are happening, and then you want to channel them into your paid community. What I mean by that is, well, first off, you need to create, and let me share my screen again because that probably makes it a little bit easier to understand. First off, you need to create a difference between the free and the paid container. And again, this is not something to do so much logically as to do emotionally. So for example, just think about it maybe like this. I am sitting with my Grow with Evelyn members. I'm sitting with my AI and coaching certification members. I'm sitting with the people that I'm serving there in the premium container. This is where I am, and this is where I spend the majority of my time, right? And when we are kind of done here, right, and the dust is settled and everyone takes care of, I'm peeking into what's going on here, and I'll quickly glance over, right? And if I have something I can share quickly or give quickly, I'll do that. But I do not in any capacity whatsoever feel any obligation to serve my heart out here, which I do here, right? To an extent that is healthy and doesn't create, you know, dependencies, whatnot. I learned that. But here I feel no obligations. I come in, this is, you know, I come in and I'm like, I sprinkle a little bit of this, a little bit of that, and then I'm out of here because my paid members need me, right? So that's kind of the energy that I'm bringing to the space, and people can feel it, right? People can feel that they are not my main priority, which is also what drives them to go to that place where they are main priority, right? So that's the feeling that you want to create. Now, and that also means you don't answer every single message, etc. And you can probably, if I now tell you, you can gauge by the tonality of the message of where that person is coming from. You need to do that, right? I can get a question in my inbox, and it's actually a question that requires detailed feedback, but they are in the free tier, but they have consumed my content and they have taken enough time to ask a proper question that I'm like, this person is serious about wanting to make progress. They've watched my free videos. They've taken time to formulate a proper question. They've been respectful of my time and didn't just spam me with, you know, a question that I cannot easily like respond to. They've educated themselves. They've been resourceful. They've been considerate of my time, and they reached out with a request. I'll give them the best answer I can give, given my current capacity, and if a paid member doesn't need me more at that point in time. If I have somebody who has not done any of that, but they just basically want to pick my brain with the least effort that they can put in, I might not even respond, right? Because it's a person that comes in with a certain mindset and a certain entitlement that it might even be hard for me to help them in my paid membership, right? And it might also not be the type of person I want to have in that space, right? So kind of looking at the messages and being like, where's this person coming from? What do I want to happen right now? Is this meeting my standard? What can I give, right? That's the kind of mindset you want to have. And for example, if it's a person well-intentioned, you know, resourceful, respectful of my time, they want to have an answer, I might give them an answer. And even if they then never upgrade, I might tell that story and said, got a DM today that was actually a really good question. I took the time to answer it, and now I am giving you the insights of that so that you all benefit from it, right? So I'll make it valuable in another space for me, if I do so. And then the same goes for all of the conversations that are here. I might not answer to most of them because it's the free space and I want to intentionally create that space, but I will read them and I will see like what comes out for people again and again, and I will create a YouTube video for it that funnels ultimately into Grow with Evelyn, and I will inform how I'm creating the products for Grow with Evelyn that ultimately become option offers into my world, right? So I will use this still as a way to then create resources for the free community, but I'll create them in bulk, right? And in a way that they also create an upgrade environment for the right person. I will not go ahead and service the individual. And that's also how I create that upgrade environment and that pull towards the paid container without, while still being very generous. But it's kind of being generous in an appropriate way and not being kind of randomly generous. All right, so, but it must be very tough to handle a community with 6.k members, to be honest. Yeah, it is also like, I think maybe you just need to have some clarity around what's your philosophy on handling that. And so I think where the burden is created for a lot of people is that you have not been clear with yourself. What's the intention behind the space? What am I willing to give? And because you don't have that clarity, you also have not been transparent with the members in the community about this. So now there are these unspoken contracts, right? So you're assuming an expectation that they might have. And now you feel guilty and behind, and you're feeling like you're doing all of this work and engagement, and it takes up all of this mental capacity for you for very little reward. But it's just a clarity and communication problem, right? You just need to get clear, what are you willing to give, and then you need to be transparent so that there are no felt unspoken contracts in there, and you can actually create the right culture. Perfectly makes sense, Evelyn. I will join your community in Thursday because you brought so much free value over the last year. Thank you so much. That's beautiful. I'd love to welcome you. Be not just a valuable community owner, but also a valuable member in other communities. I love that. That's the mindset, right, that we want to bring. All right, so I think I covered this extensively now. And with that, I will go and answer some of the questions from our premium members that they pre-submitted. I also have my predictions for 2026, etc., but I might do this another time because that could get longer. Okay. Beautiful. So now I am having So Doreen, you submitted your question yesterday, but I know I answered that question in a Loom the last time. So Doreen, I will just see if I think this is the same question again. Could you please check this Loom? Okay, so now that is answered. Let's go to the next question here. So my current situation is I have 2 offers in 2 different school groups. My desired situation is clarity on if I should combine them or not. My problem is I'm unclear if I should combine my communities. One community is helping people create aligned content using ChatGPT and AI, spiritual entrepreneurs. The other community is helping spiritual entrepreneurs create aligned businesses using human design. This sounds to me like a tiered community. Both communities are paid communities. The content community is a membership with a monthly fee. The other community is a one-time fee or payment plan for the program and community access. Most of the people joined the second non-membership community came from the first one, the membership. My question is, should I better serve hosting both the Content Club membership and the paid program in the same Skool community? And what would be the best way to set it up, if so, with the second program being a one-time payment or adding it as another tier? Okay, so let me just quickly timestamp the answer, Cassie, and then also maybe look at your communities as well. So, or Casey, I think. I'm answering around the 50-minute mark. Okay, let's check out Casey's communities. Okay, so we have the Human Design AI Content Club. I really love this. If I click on join now, here we have the tiers as well. So we have Sun Transit AI Content System, Niche Clarity GPT, Human Design Content Club Community. I would be interested in your ratio between the different tiers, right? So this is my ratio, 73, 18, and almost 8%. I would be very interested in seeing what your distribution here looks like, because that also, you know, if you're mostly getting people here, it would make sense to potentially combine them. Okay, so we have everything in Standard Plus, premium version, okay, content by design, AI assist, blueprint, camera, charisma, social conversion templates. Very cool. Okay. Now we have the VIP, should be 50%, so minimum of, to really convert all. Get 6 months free. Why am I not able to do this in my head? Something's wrong with me. 135, yeah, it's too expensive. I would even like do something like 111 here. And I know it's crazy, but then you can really get the, why it's important is because you get the average order value you need for the ads to have a payback period of 1 month and basically grow from cash flow. But with this here, 727, I think you can make the other community the VIP tier here, but letting them know they have their own space. So I would still promote it here, 333 VIP, and then I would say that this think about if you don't actually want to make it an annual membership, if you really want to make it a one-time purchase, because people would have enough time to cancel either way. I've not seen it create a problem as an annual membership for the upgrade environment, and you might want to rerun it again and then, you know, play with giving current members an alumni price or having them on a lower maintenance tier. So I would almost think that I would put the Align and Launch as an annual membership, also because things update, especially in AI. So to show you for comparison, this is our AI in coaching community. And here, if you see the plans, we have 7 for the standard. This is all of the things that are in the community. The premium has done for you resources, coach training, and drops. And then the VIP is our AI and coaching certification, right? So it's kind of the flagship program, but we have it positioned as a yearly, also with a separate community to really create that VIP feeling, right? So this is the separate community that we have here for the VIP members, right? So it's just a separate space, but they can check out in the same community, and I would recommend that. So I probably would consolidate it, put the 333 as the annual, as the premium tier there, it will also anchor the monthly price of the premium. And then if you should see not a lot of people renew, you could still offer them an alumni discount, etc. But I don't think it would massively impact your conversion rates, as you can also let them know you don't have to stay longer than a year. All right, so next question I have here. Sorry, just getting back and tracking these. Next pre-submitted question I have is from Melissa. And I'm answering around the... How long is this so far? 55-minute mark. Let's get into the question. Sorry guys, I only need to share this after. Okay, I run a free group with 124 members, and I have just opted a 97 8-week beta that will start in early January. Because it's December and many people are busy, no one has joined yet, so I offered a couple of business templates as an early bonus for anyone who joins before December the 20th. My membership is not currently available. My desired situation: I want to create a real transformation for the women in my group while also making my business financially sustainable. I want to start being paid for my time and energy without losing momentum, connection, and motivation the group currently has. My problem right now, I'm spending more money than I'm making. I run 2 weekly $10 giveaways to support accountability and engagement, which my members genuinely love and say has helped them stay motivated, but combined with tech cost, it's not sustainable, especially since the beta doesn't start for several weeks. My question: given where I'm at, would you recommend continuing to grow the group as a free community until the beta begins, or introduce a small paid entry point, $1 to $7 sooner, to offset cost? Also, I see people are interested in the beta, but none has signed up. What steps can I take? Okay, excellent questions. Let me go and see what I can find here and what I would do. Okay, let me join the group. I would reduce this. This makes me think way too much. Just ask for my email. You need to do the vetting. I think this slows you down unnecessarily. I just vet them. And then I'm pending, right? So that's not good, my love. I think what we discussed earlier in the call, please implement it ASAP. And I know you don't have the tiers yet, but start thinking about tiers, right? And this can be as simple as saying, you know what? Actually, I do a freemium. This is free. Premium is $3 monthly. And then appreciation membership. If you get value from my teachings, but don't want to buy anything, but want to say thank you, this is for you. Right? Can be as simple as that. And then here you can have your $297 per month This can be like your one-to-one call, for example, that you put in here. Right? So you don't have to have your membership ready to start offering something. And then I have to and now you have tiers, right? Oh, did it not save this? Did I not save this? Oh no. Save. Right, so it can also, and then you can, for example, send an email to your members and let them know, hey, an appreciation membership is available now. That's it, right? You don't have to build it out already to give them an opportunity for you to have value. Now, when it comes to the beta program, what I recommend these days is to try to give people the transformation as quickly as possible and don't have it a long program. So at least they want to be able to get the knowledge part as quickly as possible. So here's what I mean by that and why this is a huge advantage for you. In our AI and coaching certification, we did a big weekend where I basically set up people's marketing system with them, right? And I gave them like everything in a full folder. And I was streaming basically, let me just show you the folder. So I gave them a folder that they could download and upload with all of the guides and all of the assets that they need for their individual marketing system. And the reason why, and then I was 10 hours total live with them and started to install the system with them. The reason why I condensed those 10 hours in a weekend is because people are very impatient with when they want to learn things, and it's easier for them to say, I'm committing a weekend, right, or a Saturday. I'd rather sit down, 3, 4, 5 hours with breaks, get all of the knowledge that I need and the tools that I need, and then I'd rather go implement with support rather than having it dragged out. And how I found this out was in the beginning of last year, I did my Almost Evergreen course where I teach how I'm running workshops to fill communities and sell other offers. And that was spread out over the course of, I think, a total of 12 weeks in total, 9 or 12 weeks. And then I did another program where I was starting the program with just live streaming for 9 hours, and then after breaking down the implementation and the documentation. Second program was the most transformations and progress I've ever seen people take. And the biggest asset from that was that I had this 9-hour recording that I now could use for AI, for processing, for creating other resources and trainings and content so much faster. So it's a massive advantage for you, and it's a massive selling point for your members as well. People don't love like the long programs anymore. If you structure it as a longer beta, think of it as in like there's a kickoff. Everything they need, they get in that one day. So they just need that one day, either live or in the recording. That's their only commitment. And then optional, they have the implementation support and accountability. It's just easier for them to say yes to because it feels like a lower commitment and like a quicker return, right? And for you, it's also better because you quicker have the transcript as a resource to work with to then create the tools for your classroom, right? The mini offers, etc., that you need to grow your membership. So that's what I would recommend is think about restructure. If people have not signed up yet, think about restructuring it. And then what you could even do is, promoting it for a certain price, but then offer people, hey, and if this is too much for you right now, but it's interesting for you, I also have a pay what you want. Just message me what you want to pay and you're in. Because right now that beta program is more for you to validate and understand what they need and start to build out your body of work for smaller offers that feed into your community than it is about you making money from the beta program right now. Right? It's for you discovering how people want to be helped, how you need to talk about it, how you can sell it. So you want to break down all barriers as much as possible. I would not do it if it's completely for free. Thank you. Because then you have no validation and then you have no commitment. But I would try to make it as accessible as possible and then also give the transformation as quickly as possible. All right, so that was Melissa's question. Now, next up, I have Elaine. And I'm just quickly timestamping here. Before we go to Elaine's question. Okay, where are we in this training? Around the 1 hour and 5 minute mark. Okay, so my current situation is I finished my founding members launch on Friday. I have welcomed 29 paying members in the $5 per month. 1/3 took the annual option with an about page conversion rate of 12%. I have now increased the price to $7 per month. Congratulations. That's a beautiful validation of the offer itself. To continue to attract members, I will continue my YouTube videos. I'd like to start running ads and then figure out a higher tier offer, currently adding a one-to-one offer. Good, perfect. My problem is not sure of focused next steps. I'm currently creating a workshop for Valentine's for my members, so it's probably not something I can run ads to, although I have time. What would you do next? What ads would you start with, and what is the best training for me to watch right now in Growth Evelyn, please? Love it. Very good question. Let me share my screen and walk you through. Okay. Beautiful, you've done the work, you validated your idea. Now what we need to do next is we need to see if your membership is ready for ads. Okay, AI design barn. Okay, this community is about confidently designing and creating your digital products, POD, sublimation, or crafting designs to sell or for your own use. Okay? Learn how to create high quality AI designs, digital products that actually sell. Okay, my love. So this is really good. I hope you have set up the pixel already. If not, now is the right time to do it. What we want to do next is we want to validate your Skool offer with cold ads directly. So you, my love, want to start here in the Skool ads course. Please start here. And now you have already set up your Skool. I know you already have your Facebook business page and Instagram account. I know you already have your ad account. Please double check if you have set up your pixel to your Skool correctly. Then we create your first Skool ad. And this is still very much like the mini membership method. I tell you, it's always the same ad that we run for validation. It's a mock-up ad of your membership, and it is also, as the creative, what you want to do as well is you take your about page video. Let me open this in a new tab. Now this is very Christmassy, so you might want to re-record it for the new year, right? But you want to take your about page video and your about page image, download this. This is one ad creative. Download this. Hi. Potentially recreate it for the new year. This is your ad creative. If you want to recreate this, I want to give you the link to how I'd like you to do this to be also used as an ad. I want you to do it like this. If you recreate it, then that's your second ad visual. And then your third ad visual should just be here from the course. You follow the quick tutorial, you grab an ad template here, and then you mock it up for your community. Then you want to use this as one ad copy and your about page copy as the other one, right? And then you just follow this tutorial, paid Skool campaign setup. You put the price, you put the daily budget for between $14 and $21, right? So $15 or $20 a day. And then you let it run for 72 hours. And then we look at the numbers, right? To see if ads directly can work. And then if the ads directly can't work, see, you even have the mockup here, right? So you can use this beautiful mockup already for the ad itself. And then if the ad directly doesn't work, we probably pull out something from within here. For example, we make a pack of mockups that they can get now free when joining your community. So for this, I also want you to check out this video of mine where you see the progression of the ads. So if you also can watch this, these 3 videos together, they get you fully up to speed. Yeah, and then I'm excited to see the results from the first round. All right, so who is next here? Gert, I hope I said that correctly. And I just quickly timestamp. One hour, 11 minutes. Okay, so the question that we have here, strategies for fast-moving markets like AI or making money online often rely on constant updates, but how does that translate to stable topics like sports or arts where the core fundamentals don't change? Should I focus less on new content and more on community challenges or peer accountability? What's the best strategy? That is such a cool question, and I can clearly tell you that what you want to focus on is the craft you teach, the person you become. You always want to put your North Star up there, right? So there's always a way for us to become better, and you want to have that approach or that mindset for yourself. So basically what you do by declaring, this is the best version of myself, this is what I can still learn, how I can still grow, how I can deepen my practice, improve. You want to think about that. This is your role model. And then you want to say, where is this best, most whole, most competent version of myself in that respective field, right? And where am I? So you need to create that clear contrast, because when you have that contrast, you can start to make a deliberate, documented progress towards that version, right? And when you do that, you can be clear about that, and you can communicate that you are on this journey, and you can document from your progress on that journey. And what you do is you become a lighthouse for progress. You become a role model to follow in this area. When I got stagnant with Grow with Evelyn, because if you also think about Grow with Evelyn is refocused right now a lot on Skool. And yes, on Skool, you know, things change, things update. When there was last year, a lot of new features came out, etc., right? So there was some kind of newsworthiness. But if you think about it as well, it doesn't always change as much, right? And even with ads, I can show you guys what I test, right? But it doesn't always change as much as you might think. And so what I also did for myself to keep creating the content for my community and keep taking members alongside with me is the traffic challenge. This is literally my measurement stick for becoming better, right, at what I do, because we can always do what we do, right? So here was the first traffic challenge, and now I'm on my third round. I've been doing this for 68. Today's the 69th day. I've been consistently showing up, paying attention to my numbers, trying to get better every single day, take the members behind the scenes to let them know, what I'm doing, what I'm working on, what I'm trying. And that is my content engine. And it is also what keeps the members accountable in doing that. So I think, thinking about the right type of challenge for your community, even if you don't name it a challenge, even if you don't make it so that the members have to follow along, etc., you need to have that challenge for yourself, that ambitious goal, that next better version of yourself you're moving towards, that you document in public with them, because they will also feel like making progress even by just watching your progress and learning along the way. The number one reason why people cancel communities is because they're overwhelmed, and the number one reason why they stay is because they feel like and actually are making progress always, right? So if you think about it, having an online community, a monthly membership, it is making progress together infinitely towards that shared goal. And sometimes that can also mean that we still have to make that commitment to becoming better in that area, right? To up level in that area. And your deliberate declaration of that and effort to do that and documentation of that, that becomes the content for your community. So I think definitely worth for you looking into a challenge. And when you're looking into the challenge, think about your game and goal and make sure to find the right balance between I'm providing offers for them that are basically towards a finite goal, but I also have an infinite goal going on, right? So because, for example, for the traffic challenge, it's an infinite goal. It never ends. I always need traffic and I always need as much as possible from it, right? So it's an infinite game to play. Identify what's the infinite game that you're playing with your members in your community, right? So even when I was, for example, using the AI just for the personal development is also an infinite game, right? We can always do better. We can always do more. And if we're now looking, for example, into the topic of your community, underwater squat, training the breath hold, right? There's probably always more we can do when we learn about the breath, when we learn about the world, right? And then maybe you want to think about increasing the scope also a little bit of it, right? So what else do people want to learn in that regard? Maybe maybe there's some other breath work, etc. you want to incorporate. This is why I think it's important, and we're gonna have the challenge starting with the vision board on the 2nd. I shared this here yesterday. We're actually going to have that workshop coming up where you also identify what is that role model self that you're working towards with your community. And that will give you a lot of clarity and direction for also how you need to develop your content and your offer suite in a really aligned way. So thank you so much for the question. I think for you, it's going to be really good to join us in the challenge. If people are watching on YouTube and you want to potentially participate in the challenge as well, there's a free version of it. If you go to Skool Growers, I'm also running this as a free version. So if you like what I just said and you feel unclear about that and you need to plan your school and your business, there's a free version of that challenge. There's a version I run in Grow with Evelyn, and there's a free version, so you might want to check that out. Shameless plug. Holy cow. I'm sorry, but I truly believe that this is the answer to the problem you're trying to solve right here, is that you need to get the clarity about your role model self and where the shared journey is headed at. Okay, so next up we have Roseanne's question. And I'm answering around the 1 hour, 18-minute mark. Rosanna. Oh, Rosie, that's why. Okay. All right. My current situation is I think my members in my visual brand community are finding the templates design assets I provide more valuable than the courses. I'm seeing an increase in consumption of the templates and then churning rather than focusing on branding strategy side of it. Got it. I want to increase the stickiness of my community and grow it, but I also give them what they want. I want them to value the group rather than see it as a template hub. I'm stuck because I have shaped the group to what many of them desired, more templates, but now I feel like I would be better off selling templates on Shopify as I would probably make more money. However, I don't want to have to start over again. I enjoy. Did you read the sunk cost fallacy in there? I just I just want to call it out. I enjoy making templates and designing assets for my members, but don't know how to make this work as a Skool community. I have considered starting a Shopify and giving the members a discount. This way, the group can be focused on branding and the courses. I would love your help as I'm confused right now. Okay, so again, I think that this is a question of like, where do you want to take your journey? And who is your ultimate avatar, right? So if you're looking at this, you have a type of customer and they just want the templates from you, and that is okay. And then within that, you have a type of business, right, that also is desirable for people. So what you are always best of teaching is your actual craft, right? So I think, for example, a higher tier of your membership could be, hey, get these templates as a white label with resale rights. So you don't have to take care of the Shopify distribution, right? So that's something that I would consider is like add a resale library, add an extended license to it for certain people, right? So you can have the brand hub for just the consumer, right? Then you can have a higher premium tier that also offers a white label license, resale license to it. And then you can have a premium tier where you teach the template design, right? So this is how you customize them, this is how you make them pretty for sales, etc., right? So I think that potentially is a good avenue for you. And then you can also add your Shopify store where the templates cost more. Add the templates on Etsy, other places where you want to sell them. So it's just about thinking who really is that customer that would care about a monthly recurring membership. It is probably the person that needs something on a recurring basis, like the resale license, and or that wants to do what you do, right? So it's like, I think a lot of people with their communities, that is an example for do as I say, don't do as I do. Your business is different from what you're teaching them, which is why what's in the courses is not cohesive for them. Doesn't make sense because you're not really role modeling it. You need to sell something you can role model wholeheartedly, so people just see what you do and you're like, I see what you do, I want to do what you do, I like from what I can already see, but can you explain to me what you exactly do? Those are the stickiest communities, and those are the easiest communities to sell as well, because it's so clear, right? And for you it's so easy because you just have to be yourself, increasingly better version of yourself. So I think this is where the break is happening. And just be mindful of the sunk cost fallacy, right? We will always have to recreate. And if you think about it, with like with a fast, so for example, Gert, we just had Gert's question where he was like, what do you do when you are not in a fast-paced industry, right? So there's a big advantage to be in a fast-paced industry, but there's also big disadvantages, like everything you do basically becomes old really quickly. So you constantly have to develop, and part of us being a high-earning online educator and provider is our willingness to keep recreating, right? Which is why we want to find joy in the creation. And if there's something that robs us of that joy, I think it's worth taking a really, really close look and saying, what about this feels so hard? Because, you know, you got so good at creating the templates and resources, etc. Chances are you actually don't mind doing that. So what is the actual, like when you think of that pain of don't want to start over again, what do you want to avoid doing and why? And it's, I think it's worth taking a closer look at this, because one thing is true is like there's no, and I know you don't think like that, but I just want to over exaggerate it, because I know a lot of people do. It's like there's no said and done in our space. It's just way too competitive because our reward, our upside, the way we can work and live and earn is just way too high. There's not enough complacent people for anybody to be complacent in the space. It's just the reality. And everybody who says otherwise probably sells you on otherwise. But they're hustling harder than last time. Guaranteed. Okay, sorry, that was my rant. I think that this is the direction I would explore, Rosie. I think it's worth for you doing that challenge with us, the business planning. And you know, I don't want to press something on you. This is the obvious route that I see, that I know is proven based on the things that I just do with licensing. But you probably want to dig deeper into where do you actually want to take things. All right, so we have a couple questions here in the chat. So many golden nuggets. Thank you so much. Great content. There's a couple of messages retracted. I'm not sure if you tried to send a message and YouTube did that. If Catherine, if you want to do that, maybe you send it on the Skool so I can see it on the Skool thread. Great question regarding sports art genres. I think this is something that I've been feeling stuck with. Once the content is all there, it won't need a lot of updating. Yeah, but that's true. But you can always, you know, document your own journey with it. Like, for example, with sports, you can challenge yourself to do it better the next time, right? You can challenge yourself to compete in a competition, right? See what's possible, right? You can with arts, you can start a big project and document like the process from that creation of that new project, right? Or maybe you want to do like your first or next exhibition, or maybe you are teaching someone in person that you love that would be open to it, right? That was always closed up from art, but now you're doing a workshop with them and you show how to teach it in person. There's a lot of things that you can play with, where you can make it really exciting. Maybe you learning a completely new genre in there, right? And see how you can translate your art skills into another genre, right? So there's a lot of ways in which you can do this. I've been working on redoing my 7-day challenge because it can actually be infinite, and I hadn't thought about that. I love that. An infinite challenge for a community is so, so valuable. Because it's like it always gets the group engagement and the buzz going, right? So I have a minimum amount of daily activities in my, and this raised like crazy. Let me just show you this. The argument for making the lower tier of your community a challenge. Let me show you. This was before, let me just go into the daily activities. Well, first off, the monthly recurring revenue. This was before I started the challenge. This was at the end of the month I started the first challenge. Then I started the second round of the challenge, right? So first off, it's a really good acquisition offer. But then I want to show you what it also does for the visibility of your community and for the engagement of your community. Here you can see when we started the challenge. You see the average daily activities before, right? And then I reckon this is more than a lot of communities. But you can see, you know, it was not as high. Then we started the challenge. And ever since we started the challenge, you can see that the baseline activity still massively increased in the community. And it is because you have the default challenge posts, you have your own updates that you bring that people engage with, you have the wins post that you can pin and celebrate. So it really lifts the baseline level of engagement in your community as well when you have a challenge, and especially when you have an infinite challenge. And now I'm running it the third time, and now I see that it's time to redo the challenge. and massively overhaul it, which is now, every quarter I can have the 2.0 version of the challenge, the 3.0 version of the challenge. So it also kind of gives you another um, it gives you another opportunity to repackage and re-promote and improve the product, right? Because now after the third round and seeing people going through it, I know exactly the things that I need to iron out for the next round. And so I can keep refining it and making the product better, getting people better results. And then I can also make that content for the members, showing how I'm making it better for them, right? So the challenge also gives you the opportunity to show your members that you really care about getting them results, right? So it's one of the best vehicles for engagement in your community as well, and for transformation. Okay, so this is so insightful. I'd love to making templates and really love the community too. I think these ideas are brilliant. I would explore this direction. I think you could really love it. I'm jet lagged back from Christmas in Poland, so I'm watching you live at 5 a.m. Wishing you the best for the new year. Oh, thank you so much, Anna. Merry late Christmas, and I hope you have a wonderful new year. Such great points. I'm always working on my personal strength development, and I don't feel like I share enough of my own journey in my community. And honestly, members love that. And you would think it's weird, um, but when I started to do my personal development membership, I shared with my Grow with Evelyn members, partially who joined the Experience Worker Bootcamp, right? Because not everybody joined, but the ones that did, I shared with them also the progress that I made with my weight, right? And I even shared before and after pictures, which was kind of wildly uncomfortable, but it was crazy to see how much it motivated people. And then in the new membership, I had a few people who were signing up for the one-to-one with me, because I always want to incorporate at least a minimum amount of one-to. That's maybe also an important point for you guys. Always make sure you have a minimum amount of one-to-one clients that you work really closely with. After I closed down the mastermind, I didn't have that now since September, and I can already feel that it's missing. It is so important for informing the content that you create, the offers that you work on, how you communicate, because you have that direct, the work that you do with the customer, it works on you because you really know what they're struggling with, and it's just becomes so top of mind for you. So I always have at least a minimum of a handful of people where I also do some kind of one-to-one work with. I highly recommend that. In the early stages, it also massively helps you to supplement the income, but in the later stages, it helps you to not lose touch. And what I found was so interesting was that a lot of people that booked this one-to-one with me then for doing the identity work, right, which is, very different from the business growth and ads and stuff that I've been doing, most of them also said, I saw what you were doing, like losing weight and focusing, and I want to do that. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm not even like an influencer in that regard or experienced in that regard. And I also, it was clear that I would not train them or anything, but they found that part of the growth journey particularly connecting and inspiring, because they were like, I got a little bit one-sided, leaving my fitness behind as I was growing my business, right? So you probably can bring, what I try to say, bottom line is, you probably can bring more personality and personal growth goals into your community than you might think is relevant for people, because people are holistic, and all of us, or many 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 people in the online education space that buy this informal type of education, they buy it because they want to do better, because they're ambitious, because they know they have more in them. So they are inherently interested in growth work of all kinds, because all the areas in our lives are also connected. All right, so I was curious how to run an option offer alongside an infinite challenge I'll have a 7-day trial on. I'm not sure if that's even feasible. Oh, I do that. So I have both running at the moment, an option offer and the challenge. And let me just take you inside the ad account. Am I still sharing the screen? No, because I don't want Skool ads to pop up. Ooh. From Skool. My own Skool ads, you can see always. Okay. So let me show you my ads. So these are the ads for my community, and I have the ads. Let me just show you the top performing ones for this month. So my top performing one is this quote ad leading into the traffic challenge. If you want to fill your school before you launch, I want you in this challenge. This is my best performing ad, right? Which is crazy. And then my second best performing ad running parallel is an option offer ad. So make your school so pretty you can't keep putting off your launch. And this is the template bundle. So this is an option offer running parallel to the challenge acquisition offer. No problem whatsoever. They actually help each other, and I even mix those offers in the campaign. Right, so here in the campaign, this is mixing the challenge offers, right? And the proof from the challenge with the option offer doesn't take away from each other at all. And this is also what I've added here for you guys in the 4th day of the traffic challenge. How to run ads to an offer inside your school. These are still the ads since the 13th of November running. So no problem whatsoever. Stack your option offers. It in fact is the way to go if you want to scale low ticket. Okay, so do we have another question? I might have missed this. Are you going to do the planner session again, as I missed the first one? Yes, I'm doing the planner challenge again. So we are starting on the 2nd of January with a vision board challenge, and which I'm really excited. I'm making you custom vision board frames already. And then after that, we have a dual challenge. It's for the planner as well as for your school community to see how my planning process is, but then also how it manifests practically into a school community. So it's going to be basically a challenge for planning your business, and parallel, it's how to launch your school, because they basically translate perfectly into each other. And my goal is to make this 7 daily videos for each under 10 minutes. So it's my goal to challenge myself this year to make everything as condensed as humanly possible. So yeah, we're gonna run it again. Okay. Yes, this ad is directly promoting my group. So I call this an in-school offer. And basically, this works really well, guys. And you all can try this. It's called an in-school offer. I call it like that. It's called like that now, okay? So we collectively now call it an in-school offer. So it's basically, you have your classrooms, right? And you have your offers within school. So you can go ahead and you can promote your in-school offers in your ads directly going to your school. So here you can see this. For example, what does the text look like? You just need to explain it, right? So limited time offer. I will close this out probably after I have the challenge done, and then I'm gonna do it always like toggling it on and off. So we're celebrating this insane wins coming through in the traffic challenge with a special surprise. See how I'm connecting this and how I'm priming them that there's a traffic challenge. Join my ultimate school traffic challenge with my 7-day free trial now and get instant access to the school brand kits, right? So it's like you join this community, you get instant access to what's in the community. What's that? 90 templates for all school categories you'll get. So ready read to pretty up. Oh, I forgot why. Ready to pretty up your school. So you're excited to share it with the world and ready for traffic, then click the link and join the community, right? So it's like the thing in there, I connect it back to what we do, and I let people know that it's in the community. And you can do this with any classroom. I also did this before when my community was $49. I would promote the list building course, this course separately, the ads course separately. So yeah, that works really well. Sorry, I only joined Grow with Evelyn 2 weeks ago. I have lots of questions, still working my way through the content. I didn't know I could submit questions before this live stream. Absolutely, submit your questions. That's completely fine. I always try to answer also as many questions as I can in the live stream. But if you want to, have a guaranteed deeper answer, then you want to submit. Hi Evelyn, skiing in Austria. Ooh, I love that. If you're in Vienna next month, I would like to invite you for a cup of coffee. That's so nice. I am in Styria, which is about 2 hours away from Vienna. Um, and so it's a little bit of out of the way for me. But thank you so much. So this is awesome. I have improved your paintings in 7 days course. I could promote this with my ads and start running them. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so next pre-submitted question is from Erica, and this is a larger one. So I probably do it. Okay, let me do it. Now I'm answering it around the 1 hour and 40-minute mark. Okay. I recently resolved an email blacklist issue, and moving forward with the SLO we started in a mastermind. My first live webinar for this launch is Friday, the January 2nd. I'm planning on doing 2 live stream webinars a month for now, but I'm willing to do one a week if the numbers justify it. I also did my workshop launches in higher intervals and the performance would go down. So we will have to see if it's worth it for you. My main funnel into my high ticket YouTube bootcamp is a free live masterclass. I'm currently running meta ads to fill the room. Once someone registers, they are offered a $9 SLO before entering the webinar funnel. I love that. I started a leads campaign on December the 23rd, and as of today, I'm running leads campaign $25 a day, sales campaign for $15 a day. Total so far 124 webinar registrants, 4 SLO purchases. That's very promising. I love that. Got it. We have a loom, so we're going to check out the loom numbers as well, guys. So let me just see what the rest of the question. My desired situation is I want to build towards 7-figure year in 2026 by becoming YouTube and paid ads as my primary acquisition channels. My goal is to use ads for consistently bringing in qualified high intent people into my live classes while keeping cost efficient and improving lead quality through both creative and SLO. I love, you're thinking along all of the right lines. I'm still early in ads and feel unsure about the best strategy on the stage. Because it's a live class, I won't fully know ad quality until after the webinar, and I want to make sure I'm setting myself up correctly now rather than reacting blindly later. I was advised in the Skool group to keep my lead ads running, add a sales campaign using the winning static ads, begin layering in new creatives. I implemented the sales campaign this morning, so data is limited. My questions are, at this point in the launch, what would you do next with my ads, budget allocation, campaign structure? With the Andromeda updates, should I be experimenting with target cost campaign, or is this premature for my ad level? We're gonna see it in a second. If yes, how should you set it up in my situation? I have 30 video ads already filmed and edited, but my static ads are currently best performing. Should I double down on statics for now? Yes, double down on what is performing better. How would you phase those in without disrupting performance? Based on what you see, does my $9 SLO convert for sales so far? Yes. Okay, so perfect. Really cool case study to go through, so I'm very excited. Let's do this. For sales on the SLO on a tripwire funnel is a very good sign. Let me put it that first. Now we need to start thinking about average order value, etc. Plus SLO purchases, best quality audience for instant upgrades. Lead ads can still get you very, very good return on your ad spend over time, but SLO buyers are usually much more likely to upgrade quicker. So let's first look at the ad stats. And let me just do it like this. Okay, so we have 120 webinar confirmations, very good cost per webinar registration. And then you have the sales campaign. It's still funny. You also have the call out ad working best. So that's good. Now we have This is still optimizing for webinar confirmation, not for sales. So what we need to do here is, because you said it's a sales campaign, but you still have the webinar confirmation, my love. Here it needs to optimize for sales. I'm going to show you how to do this, right? Create sales campaign, that is right. But here, and that you got 4 sales not optimizing for purchases is a really good sign, right? So here you need to select your data set, okay, and then what you need to do here is optimize for purchases. So it's just your single website, and then we have maximized number of conversions, and then you have your conversion event purchase. This is a sales campaign optimizing for purchase. That's what you want to have in that tripwire funnel. So you take your best ad creatives next and you set this up like this. Okay, so the campaign you have right now, this second one, it in fact is not a sales campaign in the sense you mean it. It is a sales campaign, but it optimizes for webinar confirmation. It does not optimize for purchase, which is what we need. So for this, I'm pretty happy. You have about a 3.7% conversion rate. Let me see if that's true. 4 divided by 123, 3.2% conversion rate. So given you're not optimizing for purchase and it's a tripwire funnel, this gives me very much hope for your tripwire offer. So that's very good. Now let's see this and let's make sure you have everything set up you need. Okay, register. Sorry. You registered, but wait, before you leave a special offer, my love, condense this so I see this right away before scrolling. I want to see this right away before scrolling. So please make those fonts a little bit smaller so you can condense the above the fold and bring that up. And so now we have the webinar registration probably pulls in from a different, directly from your tool as a custom conversion because I don't see it here. Now when I click here, let me super quickly do this. You do have an ebook there. But you probably can optimize that bump further. Okay, and now I have, okay, perfect. You also have the one-click upsell and you also have the purchase event firing. So I just purchased it and I see that the purchase event fired. So that's great. And then you have attraction system for 197. Perfect. If this has not converted yet, I'd consider striking it through maybe even more and going to 99. So, but you have to know that. So you need to optimize for the purchase event. Other thing worked, and then, oh, now I can't. It redirects me always here. I wanted to say we need to look at your order bump. Your order bump does not look like it converts properly. It just does not, ebook doesn't look so attractive. Maybe you can repackage the ebook by turning it into, you know, a bootcamp course with AI prompts, for example. So we need to increase the average order value here. So those are the 2 things to do really. And I would not bother about the target cost campaign just now. So just make sure now you set up your sales campaign that is optimizing for purchase. Look into optimizing your order bump conversion rate and your one-click upsell conversion rate. And then all new ads, you always want to test them in a new campaign, and then just pull the ads that do generate purchases in the new campaign with the ID into the current sales campaign. Right? So let me just share my screen with you, show you what that looks like. So here you can see me doing this in here as well. So you see I have all of these campaigns that have the different dates, right? So for example, here was the last test that I ran. Here I got 5 purchases total, right? And then all of the ads that do generate a purchase, I will preview them like so, Facebook post with comment. And then I will pull them into the original sales campaign that is currently performing best by just going in here, duplicating the existing ad, naming it third round, right? So what is the creative about? Pasting this here, and then entering the post ID and publishing it, right? That's how you want to do it. So always test in a new campaign. Every new campaign you test, in your case, because it's $9, I would probably put a $20 budget, test for 3 days before turning off. So right now I'm just testing these 2 new concepts, right? New Year's and games. So far they don't have a purchase yet. And if they don't generate something by the end of the day, I'll just turn it off. If they generate something by the end of the day, a purchase, I will take the one that generated the purchase and put it into the other campaigns and turn this campaign off because it's overall too expensive. If the campaign is really good overall from the cost, I'll actually keep it and start adding to that campaign as well, just like I do here. And you can see me doing the management in the behind the scenes of the traffic challenge every day, so you'll start to get an understanding for how I do that. Okay, so that was a great question, and congratulations on the YouTube offer, because it's a good conversion rate. I'm very, very optimistic about this. Next up we have Kathy. And I'm answering around the um, 1 hour 52-minute mark. Sorry. Okay. Kathy's question is, my current situation is I'm working on my Skool about page description using the guide. My desired situation is to get clear on my angle, what I'm offering. I don't want to overpromise or overwhelm, but I also want to say enough to get people interested in joining. I'm leaning towards version 1 for clarity. My problem is I need help with the direction for the about page copy. My question is, can you review my about page copy added to the document? Absolutely. Let's check it out. Okay, version 1. Stop stressing about homeschool and start seeing the learning already happening in your day. Vague. I'm not sure if I want that. I want that. A former pre-K teacher who supports 2,000 creators with educators. What type of educators? Pre-K or teachers. If it's teachers, say teachers. It's a different level and prestige. With play-based learning and new homeschool, and now homeschool my preschooler, I'm teaching you how to leverage AI as your co-teacher. In here, you'll learn how to use AI tools to plan learning without the overwhelm, apply AI ethically in your homeschool, ethically and safely. Is this how you write it? Not sure. Spot learning in everyday moments build confidence in your homes. I know that this is really important for you, my love, but it might feel vague and overwhelming and like a chore for them. Build confidence in your homeschool approach. Yes, save time with AI powered resources. Connect more with your child instead of stressing about lessons. All of this, yes. I would say, you know, understand and enjoy understand and enjoy the power of play-based learning, right? So then I know why. Um, and then also here, stop stressing about homeschool and learn to leverage AI from a child development and education expert, right? So I think that's what I want. I want your expertise in doing this and safely, and then play-based learning you can bring in here. Okay, you homeschool because you want a deep connection with your child and learning that feels natural. On the yes, we all want that, but on the wrong day, I'm like, I just want to get, I just want to get, I just want to get this done. So and why I'm saying this is with this, you immediately create a huge emotional filter. If I don't feel that I want this right now, like deeply in my bones, I'm out. Versus here is like, I never want stress, right? So, and this is, avoiding pain. This is seeking pleasure. And it also depends on like a specific emotional way to phrase it. I'm out. I'm in. Yeah, very much. I think just those tweaks that I said. This feels way weaker. Okay. AI training and content library. Tools, prompts, cheat sheets, community feed access. Yes, love it. Yes. Yes. Kathy always understands the assignment. um, VIP access to everything in premium, founding members price unlock, exclusive behind the scenes videos and tutorials. Kathy book. VIP, I would say in here, I would also say maybe this can be develop your own AI education, like for yourself, your personal AI literacy and growth plan for yourself, right? So I think that's not what comes out right now. This more feels like I don't know why, and I need to understand like this is to understand AI yourself. If you want to learn AI as the mom, if you want to grow with your AI knowledge as well. And in fact, this is even missing a little bit here. In your homeschool, play-based learning, I would also say inside I would also have bonuses like you also acquire AI literacy, right? So that's the added bonus. We also have to actually already feature that in a way on the about page to kind of prime for that premium. Yeah, but other than that, I really love it. I think that's good. Now I have a couple questions still. Okay. It is refreshing that you are more focused on low ticket offers because many school groups promote doing high ticket. High ticket is good, but it can be exhausting and in many cases not scalable long term. I did participate in the Hormozy 100 challenge, and I got recommended also to do a high ticket, to do a mastermind, and it was just not the right fit for me. Um, Obviously, like there were many kind of beginner mistakes in how I built it. I did almost make it like a glorified one-to-one container. But even if I would have built the mastermind differently, I'm just not sure if it is what I'm made for and what I want to do. So I'm actually feeling really coming back home, being able to do only low ticket. I don't know. It feels more sustainable. It feels more scalable. I've spent more time in creating and doing what I love. It feels like less pressure. So I'm happy like to bring that to the platform as an and be like role model that, as in like not everybody needs to have a high ticket. Like it's not necessary, and in fact most people shouldn't have one, which is really, I believe most people are not made for a high ticket. They cause more harm and damage for themselves and for others than they cause good, because there's, you have, if you sell a high ticket, you have to be able to deliver high ticket value, and it does not always just depend on yourself. Also, you need to really properly qualify the people you work with, and it's just a beast if you want to do it really ethically and really well. There's a lot of skills to master, and it can be very, very demanding. And yeah, I leave it at that. I agree with you here. I'm glad. I ran a high ticket group for 18 months where I did lots of painting classes, one to one help. I got burned out from it in the end, which is why I want to focus on low ticket. Yeah, it's just such a heavy lift because you care a lot. You want to bring that value, and obviously people also have that expectation as well. I actually earned less in 2025 than I did in 2024. And if you look at the math, it's because I made less money with Grow with Evelyn and not enough money with the mastermind to outcompensate that. So the focus taken away from the low ticket, yes, I did sell a lot of the mastermind, but ultimately I sold less of it than if I would have just focused on growing my low ticket and just keep doing that. I would have made more money and it would have been less stressful. But I'm very grateful for the people. I'm very grateful for the experience. With some, I know I will be connected till the end of my days. And it was overall like a really, really net positive. And I think I would have always had that itch in the back of my head. Am I making a mistake? Am I keeping myself small? Now I know. And I also have understood a lot about my personal learning fields, like where I still need to learn, like setting better expectations, setting better boundaries, scoping containers. It showed me a lot of room for improvement that I still have, that I would have not seen. So I think it overall made me a much better educator and coach and creator and mentor. So it's a net positive, and I'm glad I'm home for now. Things change, people change, right? Markets change, but I'm glad I'm home for now. Okay, next question. We have a couple more here. Someone we have from here. I'm answering around the 2 hour and 2 minute mark. Thank you, Kathy. I will be leading a new challenge soon. It will be live inside of a Facebook group. It's been a while since I've done it. What is the best technology for this? Can I use StreamYard with slides or no? Or is it via YouTube? Thank you. So right now I am streaming with a software that's called OBS. We did a video on how to set that up in the community. Let me just quickly share it with you. So it's a free tool if you want to have the alternative. Nothing, in my opinion, speaks against StreamYard. But if you want to use the tool I'm currently using, this would be the tutorial for it. Ben explained to me that the quality is higher as well. Oh, what did I do? uh, that was nonsense. Okay, so this is here. I would recommend, yeah, you can try it. Don't change too many things at once, right? So you are familiar with, comfortable with um, Facebook groups, then you can do it there. I personally don't do anything on Facebook groups anymore for like live launches because of the low reach of the posts that are there. So I personally, I would do it in a Skool community, but I also know that it is probably, a new thing to learn, might be confusing, but I highly recommend it. And if you do a challenge, Skool has a 14-day free trial. So you can just take the 14-day free trial, even in the premium, so you can even run ads to it, 7 days prior. Then you do your challenge, then you close it up and you downgrade before the trial end hits to the um, hobby plan. And then you can keep all of your resources there, or you just archive the community after the launch. So that's what I would recommend. All right, so then we have the last question for now. So if you still have a question in the chat, please drop it now, because then after I'm out, let me just quickly see. Yeah. This one I'm answering around the 2 hour and 5 minute mark. Okay, so what do we got here? My current situation is 657 members in freemium. Just 1 second, I need to wrap this. Okay. Now we can read it. My eyes get really worse. I might need new glasses. Okay, so my current situation is 657 members, freemium, free resources and paid subscriptions, $7 a month or $47 per year. All my members are from paid Facebook ad. One customer cost me 77 euro cents and retargeting 6 cents. I run the ad for 3 weeks already. I would like to know your opinion about my offer, and did I manage to make a clear bridge between my free and paid resources? I just made the freemium tiers yesterday, and today I let all the free in return of my pictures from your tutorials. I want more members to be involved and post in the group, but from 5 of January, my main course will be paid. Okay, so let me check what I can see. It will always be good to see the numbers from the Facebook ad as well, so I can give you feedback on that too. But let me see what I can see from everything that's available here. Cake Topper Street. Okay. Wow, this is so cool because your topic lends itself so well for Facebook ads because it's so pretty. My love, what I would do is add a video here on the About page where you already talk about the tiers and the things that are available. Then we have creating fun and cake toppers is easy if you join this community, okay? And then I would say learn simple effective techniques and get practical support. That's what I would do here. Oh my goodness, I just had an idea. I will definitely do this with my community. What we can actually do with our communities. Why did I not think earlier of this? But I was just like, oh, something is missing here. We can just add a link here. Plugins. No, tabs, categories. Where is it? No, I'm so confused. Is links a plugin? Links, okay. Do you have the freemium community? Sorry, now I need to check again, because if you do the free... No, but you said you run ads, so you don't have the freemium. Very good, then we can do it. Okay, so what I want you to do is When and now, join your group. You auto-approved me. I love that. I hope I get an auto DM. Unlock with premium. How to make mini space, how to make Wednesday. This is confusing me. I rather have it the price of premium here. Rather than the levels. That's confusing, my love. Like, we need a different description there. And look, you have these double thingies. We don't need that. Just have it here. Access to the community. Perfect if you want to explore for non-figures. See what's... So this needs to be really simple. So you want to have selected free fondant cake topper tutorials, practical tips and basic techniques, access to the community. That's it. Your free should not look so valuable, okay? And then we have the paid. So remove this here. Full access to all step-by-step for cake decorators who are serious about improving their skills. Yes, ongoing tutorials added regularly. Just say either regularly or every week. Printable PDF, templates, beginner's tutorial, direct support and feedback from me. Learn faster, work with confidence. Perfect. Okay, here we want to add another tier, VIP, which is just the annual, right? So just make that as the annual, and then make, lifetime access to XYZ tutorials, PDFs, etc. So add that in here as well for the plans. And what I then want you to do is on the side, we're gonna add here, we can, I actually need to delete the discovery, or how do I do this? Because we can only add free links. So I want to do a public link, and now I want to say what's the most attractive thing for them to click. Choose your deal. And then we can link from here. Boom. Something like this. I want something that disrupts their attention. So you also want to put it on the side. And then this we want to move up. Move up. Choose your deal. Perfect. I would like you to do that, please. Okay. Let's go further. So let me see if you sent me a welcome message. My love, you did not send me a welcome message, so I need you to also send me a welcome message. And then I would have a start here that we have on top. And ideally you also follow up with me, right? Like what the training we saw today in the beginning. when see people do post. Thank you for letting me in this group. Welcome. I have good news. I would try to do like, for example, here, get a little bit more into conversation with people. It's like, hi, thank you so much for joining, and you know, making this lovely welcome post. I'd love to know how you found me, and if what you're specifically looking to learn, if there's something specific you need help with. By the way, I also have really good news. Right now you can win this course, so you might want to check out this post. Anyway, please let me know, and yeah, thank you again for being here, right? So initiate a back and forth conversation, show appreciation for when someone engages. All you need is 10 really engaged members to really make the community feel and be alive, right? So that's how you want to respond to the members in here, because you also said that you want more engagement here. And then your course descriptions, right? Maybe put when you will release new things on the calendar, so you also have that advertisement basically pop up here. And then how you're describing these courses, reach level 2 to unlock it, that just needs to be unlocked with premium, and say the price of premium, and then just explain briefly what they learn. And I would just add a short course description to every single one. And then you can also have like in the calendar, because you said new tutorials coming every week, you can just have your drop schedule in here as well. Other than that, really good. Make sure to have that automated welcome message, and then follow up with the members as well. All right, so let me see if we have any other questions. I found out about you through Sam Ovens and Hermosi. Oh, thank you. Hi, lovely Evelyn. Could you please have a look at my About page? I'll be updating it this week. It's converting at 3%. Okay. Let's quickly do that. I would potentially also link to plans if you have plans. Okay, I would probably think about at least adding the annual. But you can test it, how it behaves. Because I think you had tiers for a little bit toggled on. Turn your YouTube channel into an evergreen income system. Sure what to post next. If your business owner wants a channel that actually leads to income, has ideas for a digital product but doesn't know where to start. This is weird to read. Why would you make the check mark here? I built the YouTube income mode for you. Tracy, just a simple way to sell through your videos and build an evergreen library of assets. ESI to discover the YouTube a practical path to grow your channel, create digital offers and earn consistently from your content. You'll get access to the Vault library, lessons, templates, and system that simplify YouTube growth and sales. The community business owners. So I would try to fix the formatting here. And I think my points of critique would be that I don't know enough about the framework to see it as a fully new opportunity. So I'd probably explain the framework a little bit. And I would also show like the templates that are included. Oh, so for example, we also have YouTube and ChatGPT set up. So that's something to also highlight. So I think it just doesn't do the best job carrying exactly what is in there to the outside. So I would mention the ChatGPT, I would mention exactly which templates, show some of them up here, show members wins up here, and then I would also make sure to give a little bit more about the framework. One community that is really a fantastic blueprint here to test, to use as a reference, is this one here. This, like, the best job I've ever seen with a new opportunity. How he has really positioned this as a new opportunity. The reason it's been taking you years is because most of what they are teaching you is irrelevant for daily life. There are so many words, but 80% of what we say daily is just the same 300 words over and over. And 90% of the complicated grammar they force you to learn is not used in regular conversations. I used to feel stuck, but now I'm doing this. So he does a really, really good job of teaching you a new system, like, or presenting it as a new opportunity, but also explaining his system just enough so I really believe him that he has a unique framework. That's potentially what I would focus on. Those are the 2 points. Really carrying the inside more to the outside through the testimonial scroll through, like I also do it on my about page, and then through showing more of what's inside the templates, the ChatGPT, and then explaining your framework a little bit more. Okay. This is a great reminder, Sam. I felt not aligned with art and high ticket coaching. They might work for business strategy, but not for art. I would agree. Hi, Evelyn. When testing new B2B offers, can we use ads for free trial, free one-to-one calls to test product market fit? Yes, I agree. And you probably still remember this video. I would test free trial versus or free community to discovery call versus call ad directly. So here you can see for this community that I just used as the example today, I basically let them flow from the free community into the discovery call. So I would test free community where you catalog your YouTube content, right? So to build that credibility and leading from there into the free discovery call, I would test that ad, optimizing for the complete registration of the free community, against this ad that you also probably are still familiar with, which is the how to book a call. This is the setup. This is still the very same setup. And for the test, you also don't need more ads than a handful because you're still validating the offer. So you don't need to be concerned about what Andromeda changed and not. Still have some high ticket clients. Okay, perfect. I love that you guys connected. I think you're doing something very similar. Or you're doing something. So this is like, when somebody says to me, like, you're doing something similar as this email marketing person over there. It looks like it's the same category from the outside, but it's probably very different. But you are both in the art niche. So that's great that you guys connect. All right. That's it from me for now, for today, for the last Q&A for the year. I appreciate you guys so much. I see you on Friday for our vision board party. The ones of you that want to join live. If you don't want to join live, that's also okay. There will be a replay. And yeah, then 7 days of business and strategy. And if you have a school planning. And after that, next live round of the traffic challenge. So my January program is pretty set, and I can't wait to do January and in general 2026 with you.